this time. Hello and welcome back to the Finish Line, proudly sponsored by Hollywoodbets, the home of the Punter Challenge. I have to hold up. I forgot my page. So there is a Punter Challenge for every day at Cheltenham Festival, as I read out the last 3 days, if you haven't watched already. So prize pool of €250. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth get prize money. If you don't want to register for a qualified Hollywoodbets account, you can play for free, and your winnings will go towards the Irish Horse Welfare Trust. So it's a good cause anyway, if you don't want to sign up for an active Hollywoodbets account. So people that do, you have to place a €10 bet 7 days prior to the Punters Challenge, but after the Tuesday, you can have a €10 bet on the Wednesday. It will cover you for the Wednesday, Thursday for Thursday, and Friday for the Friday. As well as that, there's a Cheltenham Daily free bet offer. So deposit €10 into your Hollywoodbets account and place a €10 bet on the first, 10 on the second, 10 on the third. And once the result is declared for the third race, you will have a €10 free bet in your account for the fourth race of that day. So the same thing for the 4 days. Deposit €10 before the start of the first race, and bet 10 on the first, bet 10 on the second, bet 10 on the third, and you get a free bet for the fourth race, which is the championship race of each day. And you can use it $5 each way as well if you want. So it's not restricted to €10 straight win. As well as that, you get your best odds guaranteed at 48-hour declaration stage, and you get best odds guaranteed on your doubles, trebles, straight multiples, but that don't include your Yankees, trebles, Trixies, or lucky 15s. And you'll find all the terms and conditions in the description for the percentage bonuses as well that you can avail of. So that'll be all in the description, as well as the links that you want to sign up the Hollywoodbets account and the Punters Challenge as well. So that'll be all there. Whew, I breathe. Said that so many times, I just no way.
Well done.
Thanks. Now we're back. Day 4. We are going to start with. Oh, when am I going to day 2? I know. Day 4 and JCB Triumph Hurdle. I'm looking at that. Remember that song?
Yikes.
Remember the JCB song?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get a song out of you yet.
No songs this week.
Too hungry.
I'm not hungry.
You are. Oh, you're thirsty. Sorry. You're thirsty. I'm hungry. It's difference. So Tritonic is 9-4. Zanahiyr is 9-4. Calixiox is 11-2. Adagio 10s. Whoa.
Hot en color.
What Dave said is 16s. Duffico is 16s and 20-1. Big out of the rest. Am I mad, or is Zanahiyr a lovely price at 9-4?
Depends what you're asking.
I'm asking you.
You know what? I missed the boat on the prices in this. I know Tom fancies Quilixios. He's at better prices. I know loads of people fancy Zanahiyr. I didn't fancy either of them because I fancied French Seal, and now he's not running.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to back Tia Hupo each way because I just love the name. And I'm going to back Eumdor each way. That's all I'm doing.
Solid. Tom?
Sorry, Tom. Zanahiyr is a good price, by the way. I never answered your question.
Rude.
Yeah, I think as we were saying on some of the other videos, I haven't heard a yard talk about a horse like the Gordon Elliott yard talk about Zanahiyr. Just because Quilixios won a grade 1 there, wasn't it? And they were interviewing Jack Kennedy, and I think they made the comparison between him and Zanahiyr, and he was like, yeah, Zanahiyr is a better horse, basically. Then Gordon tried to play it off on Barry Geraghty, who was on the RTE studio, who'd ridden both of them, and he was very much leaning in favour of Zanahiyr as well. I'm still interested in Quilixios. I think you have to stay well to win this race. And look, he is what he is. I think he's a good each way bet at that price, at your 11-2 kind of odds. I really think he'll be in the free, because this is another race that once you start going outside of the first few, there'll either be few runners or few with a proper chance. Zanahiyr is obviously the one, and as you say, Andrew, is probably a decent price still at 94. I know Tritonic went favourite on Betfair at one stage, but Zanahiyr is now a clear favourite on Betfair, and yeah, I by the sound of it, he's going to take the world to beat him. But I'm happy with Calixios to chase him home.
Yeah, I never really watched any of his races back properly until today. Look, he's done him very well in the style of a very, very good horse. But for some reason, anytime I look at this race, I can't look past Adagio for some reason. I think he's a type of horse that he's going to be there to finish. He's grade 1 winner as well. Let's not forget that. And he's 10-1. I think the price is ridiculously big for what he's done. He beat Gary Moore's horse, Naslam, who was touted being the next Goshen. And he absolutely battered him. He came there. He stays really well. He jumps really well. He goes through his races uncomplicated. I think at worst, he's going to be second. I think he's a better horse than Tritonic. I don't see this whole Tritonic thing. He sprinted away from the last against the horse he beat already, and he went from 10-1 into favour. Like, seriously. Just because on his rating on the flat, I don't get it whatsoever. I think 10-1 Adagio, I'd definitely be backing that. I probably won't back. I won't be backing Zanny here or Tritonic. I think 10-1 each way at Adagio. As I said, every time I look at this race, he just stands out to me. So he's my selection. This Adagio 10-1, going against the grain. Next, we'll go on to the County Hurdle, a race that usually throws up a good winner every year. And this year we have Blue Lord in a 10 with Ganapati, the Shunter, third time lucky, all 10s. Devil's Coachman, is he pulled out? He's not going. He's gone. Soaring Glory won't run. Drop the Anchor 14s. Eclair the Bufu is 14s, 50 ball 14s, and Bigger the rest. We touched on this we went into more depth in this in our handicap video, which you can find on the channel, but we're going to touch on it now. Dave, who wins the County Hurdle?
Willie Mullins and Dan Skelton. So Ganapati, third time lucky, both each way. One of them will win.
Tom?
Yeah, similarly. I see there's a good bit of money for third time lucky, but he got beat the other day as well, and wouldn't be the ideal prep for me. I'm a big Ganapati fan. I think he's ran very well in some top races in Ireland behind the Ria Deal and Galliard de Mestel in Ireland this year. And he's off 137 in Ireland. He's off 140 here. I think he's better than that, lads, to be quite honest. And I think he's gonna take a bit of whacking, I think. The other one I would give a shout out to is Eclair de Beaufort. Ran okay the last day behind Drop the Anchor. As good Cheltenham Festival form, and is a lot lower over hurdles than he is Spencer's. He's one to look out for as well. Eclair de Beaufort.
I've fallen into that Eclair de Beaufort trap this season already.
I did once. It was once.
Oh, he was going to win. He fell at the second last, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, just echoing what Tom said, Ganapata is, if he turns up here, I think he's one of the best bets of Friday. I think he's a lot better than his mark. I have a soft spot for 50 ball. I think he's improving a good deal and he could run a huge race. But yeah, they're the two I pick out in this. Ganapata and 50 ball. 10s and 14-1. Moving on to the Albert Bartlett Novice Hurdle over 3 miles. And we have Statler in the 5s, Fakira at 7s, Barbados Bucks at 8s, Tory Graf at 8s, Alaphilippe at 10s, Admiral 16s, and Fakir Delane 16s. Bigger the rest. Statler has gone very popular in the last 2 weeks or so. He's been a lot of people's idea the winner of this. Would he be agreement, or where are you looking at?
Statler's a worthy favourite. I'll be backing something each way. I put up Castle Robin. I think it's about 66 or 80 even to 1 in the
66s.
66s. I give him a go. He won a handicap around Cheltenham. He's slow. He's tough. I think it won't be a race like last year where there's 3 or 4 really good horses in it. It's not a great race. So Go for something each way. Castle Robin.
So, Tom, are we back to the good old Alba Bartlett slogs? The usual good few races under your belt coming into this. Because last year was just one of those exceptions.
No, I think you do need a profile where you've had a lot of runs. I think last year we saw 3 exceptional horses, and I don't think we're going to see that here. For me, Statler is a very, very good bet, to be honest. I see he's around 6-1 on Betfair, and 5-1 with Hollywoodbets. And 5-1 each way. I can't see him out the first 3 at all, to be honest. I wouldn't be a Fakira fan. Choreograph is a little bit to prove. And if you offered me pretty much the same price about him or Statler, I'm definitely taking Statler. The one I gave a shout out to, and I'm going to do so again because it's still in there, and I don't know if it's running or not. But Marla All-Star, Jonathan Sweeney's horse, was third behind Statler at Leopardstown. Came from an awful long way back that day. Has already been to the Cheltenham Festival and finished mid-division in the bumper last year. Very good bumper form as well behind Appreciate at Leopardstown Christmas last year. Look, just one of those. This can throw up mad results. Like Manila Indo won this at 50-1. This lad is 66-1. It would not surprise me. He's never won a race. But if you were just looking for a wild price, again, a bit like Martin Brazel, don't be put off by the trainer. Jonathan Sweeney is well able to train. Trains Rosie's Hollow as well. Trains a good few JP horses. Very, very, very good trainer. Wouldn't be worried about that at all. If anything, it's a positive because you're going to get a good price. But if Marla All-Star, if I knew he was turning up, I'd be backing him. And I think you can back him at 66 is non-runner, no bet. So I definitely advise about that.
I think Statler come today will be a lot shorter than 5-1. If you go back, he was the only horse really to try beat Galliard de Mesnil at Leopardstown. He looked the horse to take out of the race, and it's duly been done in the market. I think this is the year where we have to go back to the races under your belt, not the typical flashy horse. And I think Barbados Bucks as well falls under this. He's been getting the job done nicely. He won last time with I think it was a double penalty, and he won very impressively. 8-1 is it's fair enough. I think he'll be in the frame, but I think come today, I think Statler might have that bit more class than a lot of them put together. So I think Statler is the worthy favourite, probably likeliest winner. I think Barbados Bucks, if he improves again, won't be far off the lot of them either.
It reminds me of the year Boston Bob was second in it. I think Statler will probably end up coming second. Something from out.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I look back at Barbados Bucks runs today. He looks tailor-made for it. He just keeps finding and grinding it out. He could be the first off the bridle, but he'd be still going at the end. I don't think there's anything stand out bar Statler and Fakir.
Yeah, it's not that I don't rate Statler. I would think next year he'll probably be the best horse out of all the horses that are in this, but he might find a way to get bet in this. A
lot of good horses do find a way to get bet in this. I was going to say Santinio. He wasn't good. He's not good. Slow boat to China. Speaking of the slow boat to China, we'll go on to the Blue Ribbon event. The WellChild Cheltenham Gold Cup over 3 mile, 2.5 furlongs. We have the King, the almighty album photo in at 5-2 favours. Chump in at 5s. Plutom at 6s. Bryony is in at 14s. Kemboy is 14s. Manila Indo is 14s. Royal Pagai 14s. Slotini 14s. Native River at 16s. And 33-1 bigger the rest. Champ Camp.
It's between the top 3. Album Photo, Champ, Album Hard. You can scratch off the rest of them. There are too much negatives against them. Absolute Tom has his chance. He's like a second season chaser for all the world because he's trying a new trip. So yeah, respect him. Champ, you just don't know what you're going to get. And for me, it's Album Photo. He will win again. I'd wait probably till next Friday. I'd say I'll get 7-2 on the day.
Album.
Yeah, I think they'll take him on. They took him on last year. They took him on. He was big price the year before. So,
Tom, all in. Yeah, I don't know about all in, but I'm sticking with him. His bad Cheltenham Festival form. Obviously bolted up in Handicap, didn't he? He was a certainty that day. Looking back at things now, it was then third in the Ryanair. Just didn't jump or travel that day. It was a bit weird. Still only got beat a length for the quarter. Got beat on his reappearance then this year, but don't worry about that. He always runs below par on his seasonal reappearance. He's been beaten at 7-4, 5-4, and 2-1 on his seasonal reappearances. So don't worry about that. He then stepped up to 3 miles with a tongue tie on him and was very, very good in the Irish Gold Cup, or the Savills Chase, even, not the Irish Gold Cup. That's at the Dublin Race Festival. And to be honest, I didn't think I didn't have him down as a Gold Cup horse at all. I had him down as a 2.5 miler, and that was it. He impressed me out of all recognition the last day. You look at his record as well. He's never been outside the first 3. 15 runs, 6 wins, 6 seconds, and 3 thirds. If you're going to back one in this race, back him each way. You're going to get a good run for your money.
Yeah. I think it's as obvious again as Album Photo. I don't think this is any stronger than last year, really. If Champ, who's 5-1 favourite on the back of being second over 2 miles, do us a favour. He's going to run the choke out. I can't see him staying the trip whatsoever.
God bless us if Champ wins. Andrew's going to be very unhappy on that.
I know. If you wait, look, there's no doubt there's a huge engine on there, but there's no doubt there's no brain cells in there. He's as thick as 2 planks.
Do you know the way
he is liable to do a kamikaze dive again?
Do you know the way Monkfish is a big, beautiful
chestnut looking bastard?
Yeah, Champ is a big lunatic, stupid bastard.
Look, there's no doubt that Champ is probably the second most talented horse in this race. No doubt about it. But it takes a long time for his signal from his brain to go to his legs. Like, people say, oh, he jumped well at Newbury. He jumped all right. He's going to go another mile and 2.5 furlongs.
Garrity was actually talking. It was quite interesting about him. He was on, and I think it was an At the Races or Sky Sports racing thing. He said the last day, like, Nico was asking him for jumps and he was jumping up. He said, you know how to say last year? Like, I tried to do that, but he just wouldn't do it. He'd go in as close as he could and then just pop over the fence. And I'd try and get him to jump on from long, and no, just pop over. And he's like, how he won from doing that is beyond him. He thinks he'll win if he jumps like he jumped at Newbury.
I don't think go back to the horse he ran against Newbury. There are Yoda yaks compared to what he's going to run against now. There's going to be zero hiding place in here. Native River is going to go off like the clappers. You're going to have Manila Indo is going to go from the front. Frodon is going to be up at the front as well. There's going to be pace to burn on this. He's not going to have time to think, let alone jump properly.
That might be a good thing for him, though.
Lads, Frodon is 14-1 to win a Gold Cup.
This is what I'm on about. This is stronger than last year. And in fact, this is going to be run better to suit Album Photo.
Do you ever think you'd see that day that Frodon is 14-1 to win a Gold Cup?
I never thought I'd see the day people are actually backing him for the Gold Cup. The
maddest thing is there's loads of people that are back.
He's going to be crying enough at the top of the hill.
A few people actually said to me this week they get what I don't like about this. They said you don't how am I supposed to say?
You don't hate the horse.
I actually really like the horse. I've backed him loads of times at Cheltenham when he won. I just hate the
whole stigma around it.
Yeah.
Do you hate the fact that when Black Horton retired, they put up a picture of Frodo?
That made my day.
Even when he retired, it was like, it wasn't even about the people that were winning races. I just don't get it. I just don't.
Or so someone put up on Twitter, congratulations to Holly Doyle for riding a 5-timer. Picture Briney.
Andrew, me and you haven't done a match bet for the Irish Horse Welfare Trust. I think this could be our race. I'll take a Plutard, and I presume you want Albin Photo.
Oh, I don't like that because I like a Plutard as well.
No, you don't.
I do.
You don't.
You slated him last year. You absolutely slated him.
I know, and I'm going to explain why. Shut up and I talk, man. I'm going to explain.
But just wasting.
Why? Just shut up. Just shut up.
If you were...
The reason I think he has a good chance in this, it reminds me of what they done with Sizen John. He was a very good horse over 2.5 miles. He was following the arse of
2 miles,
of horses, whatever. This is like Sizen John was very good over an Adigan trip, stepped up to 3 miles. First time he stepped up to 3 miles, he won the same race. Okay?
Shut up, I'm talking. You told me at Christmas when I backed Absolute Tom that I had lost my mind.
You did.
For backing him.
You did. And I never thought, and Tom even said, I never in a million years did I think this fella would win the Savage Chase over 3 miles. Never in a million years did I think it happened. But it did happen. And he won it well.
So that's a long way around saying no, is it?
What?
He's going to pick Album Photo anyway.
No, I'll do the mash bet. Yeah, I'll do the mash bet. Of course. But I think they're the first. I think that's Album Photo and Absolute Tower will be second. That's the way I see it. I think Absolute Tower is going to come on again, even for the step up and trip.
Not a champ bites one of them and they fall.
Oh, he's going to fall. He's going to fall. Imagine. Because he just grabs a jockey. Whoop. Oh, brilliant. No, but look, when all is said and done, I think Album Photo is going to win by 3-4 lengths. I think this is going to be run the way he'll want it to run. To be ran like last year, it was ran at a crawl and he still won. The year before that, it was ran like the Clappers and he won going away. I think this year it's going to be Album Photo back Gold Cups. And I think the only reason he's 7-2 is because we don't see him that much. Like all the horses he beat last year have come out and done absolutely nothing. Champ is, as I said, like what other horse would be second favourite on the back of a second over 2 miles? This is telling you how poor the race is.
The roof is literally going to cave in here.
Was that what I heard? Kind of roughly. But yeah, look, I'm very sweet on Album Photo, as I've always been, and I'm not going to jump off ship now. So match bet between myself and Tom for the charity. I just write that down. Just write Tom owes the charity 10.
Owes me.
Right, moving on to one of the races that Tom has one of his biggest fancies of the week. The betting is Billaway 3s, Bob and Co 5s. It came to pass 10s, Soccer Wallace 11s, Red Indians 12s, Stand Up and 5 16s, Cad the Burley 20s, and Bigger the rest. Tom, you are It Came to Pass biggest fan this year. Tell us why he is going to win the Foxhunters.
I think I am It Came to Pass's biggest fan. And I'm not much of a fanboy, but I rang Eugene O'Sullivan earlier in the week about the potential to buy a horse off him. And
you got all giddy, didn't you? You got all giddy.
I found myself wishing him luck with It Came to Pass next week, which I never do stuff like that, but I felt the need to. Look, the ground looks like it's coming in his favour. I think that's a big issue for him, is that he likes better ground. I think he's going to get it here. Look, whatever this horse does in Ireland, just ignore it. I actually thought his fourth back in November was actually a good run. Hated the ground at furthest the last day. Unseated, 3 out. It was unfortunate to unseat Maxine, but she was very much letting him do his own thing when she realised he was hating the ground so much by the look of it. He came into this last year off of a 7th for 16 in a Down Royal Hunters Chase, and then he pulled up He pulled up in a point to point to Kilfeacle on the 26th of January, and then he came to Cheltenham and absolutely annihilated them. He won by 10 lengths last year, lads. Like that was an incredible performance. The thing for me is when he was previously trained by Jim Cullity, in March 2016, he was traveling very, very well behind on the fringe in that version of the Foxhunters, and I think that was probably a better race, to be honest. I said to you guys off air, I'm in no doubt that he'll beat Billaway. I'm not worried about that at all. The only one I'm worried about is Bob and Co. Very good horse in France. Came over and ran away with poor David Maxwell at Warwick one day, and then absolutely bolted up in a banger Hunters Chase. He won very well at Haydock. Sean Bowen gave him a good ride. He's a danger. There's no way about it. He's a danger. But I just think at 9-10 to 1, it came to pass. I'm very happy with that, and he's just one I'm really sweet on all year.
Any word on who rides him?
Yeah, Richie McLaren rides him. Richie used to ride for the O'Sullivan family when he was an amateur in Ireland, and look, that's no bad thing in my book. He's a very good rider. He gets to ride on a lot of John Joes and a lot of JPs. He's ridden winners at the Cheltenham Festival. Definitely not a negative at all.
You're on the same boat.
Likes the track, train for one day, likes the spring, likes the ground. It's probably the best double-digit price in the whole of the festival. It came to pass.
Wow.
Boom, Dave. Yes.
I've never seen Tom so happy in my life.
Can't believe Dave's on board.
It's a pity Bob and Co is going to beat him.
Had to go and ruin it.
It's the truth. He's the unexposed one in the whole field. Bolted up last time. Look, nothing against the jockey, but Harry Cobden's probably going to be on him, and I think he wins. And I don't get that I came to pass. I know he won last year, bolted up last year. I just, on the back of his, I know Tom said it last year, he came in awful form as well. I purposely watched his race the last time, hoping to see a good run. But I take into account, yes, probably ground he hated, but
he only runs well at Cheltenham. Andrew has terrible record in this race, Tom, so it's all right.
No, don't.
That's good to hear, Dave.
Do I?
You do.
I told you, Andrew, I was happier. Obviously, I wasn't happy that Maxine got unseated, but I would rather he pulled up at that fence than he finished second or third on that ground and had a hard run. And that might sound mental.
When he won this.
Everyone backed on the fringe.
That's not a bad record.
Putty back it came to pass last year, 66 to 1.
Did he?
Great bet.
Yeah, that was clever.
Right. Moving on to the Mayor's Novice Chase, the new addition to the festival. Some love it, some will hate it. We've Ellie May in a 7-4 favourite, Colrevia 4s, Shadow Love 15-2, Annie Mac at 8s, Magical Light 16s, Augusta Gold 20s, along with Happy Diva, Robin Carlo, Salsa and 25-1, bigger the rest. Happy Diva?
Yeah, it's Happy Diva each way for me. Colrevia need the ground heavy. Shatter Love is useless now. Annie Mac is disappoints. Magical Light is going to be trained for the Grand National. Augusta Gold is not that good. Happy Diva to me should be half the price she is, so I think it's a good each way bet.
Tom, your take on it?
Ellie May has been pretty solid this year. Kind of came out of nowhere. Was never really a mare that I thought would be this good, to be honest. But definitely needs 2.5 miles. That was shown the last day. It took her a while to get going. I think she's going to take a lot of beating, to be honest. But as with Dave, there's a couple ahead of her, a couple ahead of Happy Diva in the market that I'd have question marks around. And Happy Diva's form at Cheltenham is very, very good. She's rated 145. Like that's a decent mark for a mare in this kind of company. And yeah, like Cheltenham Festival form, we say it again, lads, like in handicaps off 149, like, God, if she's not in the first 3 or 4, she'd have run well below par, you know, and she's 16 to 1. Wild price. I'm taking her each way, definitely.
If you said to me Happy Diva start of the season, I'd be all for it. She looked poor this season.
Don't worry. She's running. I told you.
I know, but even last
season. You texted
season,
me earlier in the season. I think she was running around Doncaster. I said, is she going to win today? I said, no. Then you text me the next day. Happy Diva's out again. It's an even worse race. I said, it's at Carlisle. She won't even be in the first 2, I'd say. I don't think she came third.
It's
specifically trained for one day and
I
one
don't
race.
like it. I just don't like it. You can't be running that bad and then expect to be winning this. Like,
I don't think she's not running that bad though. Like she would have been 4th in the Paddy Power off 151. Like there's not many. I take the point that,
like, I take the point that she's overpriced compared to Shatter Love, who for the love of God, how's she 15 to 2, and Annie Mac is probably the talk horse because bloody who owns it and all that. Magical Life is the Grand National horse. Cool Reeve probably is talk. She's not even going to come. Yeah, but I take the point 20 to 1 right now is twice the price she should be. For a win purpose, I think she's a hell of a lot to do to beat Ellie May. But I can see her being placed. Just that's my point on a win, just on a win basis. But I can see her being placed, no hassle whatsoever. I think Ellie May's form is head and shoulders above the rest of them. And I can see her going off even money on the day. I think she's going to take a hell of, as Tom would say, a hell of a lot of whacking in this. But yeah, I can see it. I totally see the point with Happy Diva. But I think Ellie May. The curtain closer. This is where Dave is going to come out with another 40 to 1 shot for us, aren't you, Dave?
Yeah, give us a look at the rest of the bet there.
The Martin Pipe Handicap Hurdle. Get my mouse to work. So the bet is Gentleman the Me, who could be anything at 13 to 2. Ganapati is in here again at 8. Wide Receiver 8. Shunter 12s. Champagne Gold 14s. Caliber 4. Fire 14s. Monte Cristo 14s. And 16 to 1 bigger the rest. Tom, you are very keen on Gentleman the Me that he could be the next Saint War hiding in a handicap.
Yeah, I just think if there's one in a handicap that could be absolutely anything, it's this lad. He's completely unexposed. He's had a couple of runs in France for Guillaume Macaire. He's come over to Willie's then, gone off the 2 to 7 favourite. Absolutely bolted up in an 18-runner Ace Maiden Hurdle. I just think if there's one here, like he's a decent pedigree as well, this lad. Half brother as to me was 150 plus horse, and he's in off 139. I know he's short, but to be honest, if there's one in any of these handicaps that's a proper graded horse, I reckon it's him. Just a shout out to Colin. Wide Receiver is the wise guy's horse for whatever handicap he turns up in, isn't he? The other one is Column of Fire. Was going to win this basically. Was going to win this before falling last year. Has had one run. I don't know if that's by design or if he's had problems. Was absolutely lapsed at the end of January. Would take a good bit to come back from that. But you wouldn't be too surprised if this was the plan. Is rate 144 in Ireland, is only £1 higher here. I'd say they didn't think there was a hope in hell's chance to get a run in this race. But they are getting one. And look, yeah, you're getting a bit chancy there, but could go well. But for me, Gentleman to Me is an exciting horse.
Who you land?
I said Choreograph in the handicap video, I think, but I'm fairly sure he's going to go for them at Albert Bartlett now. So very hard to choose at the moment with what's getting in, and some of the ones I fancy probably won't get in. I said Night Edition for David Pipe. He needed to win the last day to get in, I'd say. So I kind of settled on another David Pipe horse that Still a good few need to come out for him to get in, but I think he will get in. First Lord de Coué.
Great
It's
name.
about 25s kind of to 1, that kind of price. I think he has a chance.
Just noticed Ballybeg has entered.
He is. He is.
Big.
I'm sure David Pipe would love to win this as well. So
Can I just throw in, Andrew, just before you lash into your one? I forgot my each way selection is Mill Green, Nicky Henderson's horse. Ran well in this last year. Just keep an eye out for that one each way. I just think it's too big of a price at the minute, to be honest.
Two who I'll touch on quickly. Champagne Gold, I think he'll have a good chance in this. He's third behind Fakira last time out. Or not last time out, he was third to Fakira. Then he had a 76-day break, and then he came back with a 1 1/4 length behind Drop the Anchor, and he pulled well clear third. I think he could be primed for the day. And another one is, I kind of clutching the straws here, but Front View, I really think he has one of these in him. He's just an absolute head case. I think he went off for favourite last year. Was he? He went off favourite for it last year. He was the handicap horse last year, and he just didn't jump a twig. But if he comes back to anywhere near show the ability that he has at 25 to 1, it could be way too big come today. So Champagne Gold and Front View for me in this. And we will finish with our naps. Next best for day 4, and then our actual nap and next best for the whole festival.
Nap for day 4 is It Came to Pass. Next best is Album Photo.
Tom?
My nap is It Came to Pass. And my next best is Statler.
My nap is Album Photo, and my next best is Adagio in the Triumph. Right, last ones. The whole of the festival, the 4 days, who's the best bet, and who's your next best, and in each way to help us.
Nap of the festival is Imperial Alcazar. Next best is Goshen, and I think each way bet is Sky Ace.
Tom?
My nap is It Came to Pass. My next best is Kashari in the Coral Cup. And my each way is Happy Diva in the Mares Chase.
Nap is Honeysuckle in the Champion Hurdle. Next best Album Photo in the Gold Cup. And my each way is Brinkley in the Pertemps Hurdle. So, it's another year out of the way.
It's Cheltenham done.
God, no more Cheltenham previews. Thanks be the Lord. But whenever you're watching this, if it's before Sunday, we are back Sunday with a special talking point, which will be Cheltenham Festival quiz, more or less, and a bit of chat about Cheltenham. If something spectacular happens during the week, we'll talk about it. But
I have 30 questions, for the
Dave has 30 questions for our quiz, so it's going to be a good crack.
You know what? At least we have entry and all the rest to look forward to this,
Yeah, we've Aintree, we've
Might
Air.
not be able to go, but it'll still be on telly.
What is Aintree, Air, Punchestown, Sandown, Galway.
And then the Flat Rats are back.
The Flat Lads are back. Yay. Giddies, yay. That's where you come into your own.
Yeah, if we can find another Love and Alpine Star this year. I have a few ideas, don't worry.
Oh, that Dermot Wellhorse wins the Arc.
Yes. Tarnawa.
That wins the Arc.
I'm looking forward to a summer seeing Love and Tarnawa.
Love staying in training.
Yeah.
Pretty, what's her name? Pretty Gorgeous, isn't it? Joseph Billy. She win the Guineas, I reckon.
She should be pretty good. Hey.
She's a big yoke, that one.
Right. So that's us done with our Cheltenham Festival videos of 2021. As I said, we are back on Sunday for our Cheltenham Festival quiz, where Dave will be the host of the mostest with 30 questions on Cheltenham from 2020 or 2000 up to
2010 to 2020.
2010.
So all the questions will be based on the races and the winners and so on and so forth.
Right. So, lads, thanks for watching again. Don't forget to enter the Punters Challenge for obviously this Friday for Dundalk, and then it's going for the 4 days of the Cheltenham Festival, new on each day, with a chance to win a share of €250 or pounds, depending where you are. And all the details will be in the descriptions of all the videos, how to enter, and so on. So again, guys, thanks for watching. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, do so already so you won't miss out on any of the more content slash madness that comes with the finishing line. And I can't wait to get back on the track. Stuff we're going to do on track is going to be absolutely mental. As in fun mental.
It's kind of worked out well for, I wouldn't say having a heart condition is working out well. That sounded bad. But like getting sick as well, as much as I did, kind of has happened at a good time per se, with things being closed.
True.
And not being able to work anyway. So.
It's the same. This is totally not like yours, but same that I can't hear. I'm so happy it happened this week and not next week.
Yeah, like you gotta take the positives out of it, like so. Didn't feel very positive when I was in the hospital and I missed all the Christmas races, but didn't miss Cheltenham.
It's true.
Yet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Touch wood.
He's worse than me. He's worse than me, Andrew.
It's the tablets, Tom.
Yeah.
On that note, we are going. We will see you Sunday for Talking Points / our Cheltenham Festival quiz. So again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below with your naps next best each way for the Cheltenham Festival day 1 to 4 and your overall best bet for the whole week. And we will see